So tonight in the Tarawih we read the Surah Yusuf. Yesterday we were reading the Surah Hud, which is also the name of the Prophet. And Yusuf, which is he was a great Prophet, and he has a great progeny. He has a great Shajara, the ancestor, because he was the son of Yaqub. Yaqub is the name is Israel also. So all the children of Prophet Yaqub was called Bani Israel, the children of Israel. And the father of Yaqub was Isa. And then the father of Isaac was Ibrahim, Prophet Ibrahim. So he has a very great, powerful inheritance that his father is a prophet, his grandfather is prophet, and his grandfather, the Prophet Ibrahim, was a great prophet. And he born in house of Prophet Yaqub. And the Prophet Yaqub has the 12 sons. And it is the story about Prophet Yusuf and about his 12 sons, about his 11 brothers, and about his father, Prophet Yaqub. Allah said that these are the signs of the book, the clear book. Surely we send down the Quran in Arabic, so you will understand, because Arabic is a very easy language, and it is the only book which is available in a live language. The other books like Torah or Injil or other books in the previous times, their languages are not existing in the public anymore. It's exclusive language, only certain people can know. But Arabic is a known language, even non-Muslim, they can understand Arabic, and they can understand the Quran directly. So nothing hidden that people cannot fool you out with different interpretation. And Allah says that we are mentioning this story, Qasas, in this Quran, which before you were unaware of this. Is Qala Yusuf li abihi, when Yusuf said to his father, "O my father, surely I seen a dream. I seen a dream that 11 stars and the sun and the moon are falling down for me, not to him, but for him, because of his success, that he is going to be a powerful person in the Egypt." That is the prophecy in the dream. So he said that, "Oh my father, I seen a dream that 11 stars and the sun and the moon are bowing down in sajda, in prostration for me, for my success." So Prophet Yaqub tell to his son Yusuf, "Qala ya bunayya la taqsus ru'yaka ala ikhwatik." He said, "Oh my son, do not tell this story, this dream, to your brothers. فَيَكِيدُ لَكَ كَيْدًا إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ لِلْإِنسَانِ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ." They might make some plan against you, and surely the shaitan is the enemy to mankind, a clear, open enemy. Now, what is this brothers? We can explain it. The 12 brothers, including the Yusuf, but they are from 4 mothers, because the Yusuf and his another brother Binyamin, they were from one mother, but the other 10 brothers from 3 other mothers. So there were 12 brothers from 4 mothers, because the Prophet Yaqub has Jacob, or Prophet Yaqub, he has 4 wives. And from the 4 wives, he has a total of 12 sons. And these 12 sons become the 12 tribes of Israel. The Prophet Yaqub, for curiousness, he said, "Don't mention to your brother, they might jealous, because they will see that this dream shows the power of Yusuf over the 11 brothers. That among the 12 brothers, the Yusuf is going to be the powerful, who is going to take over the Khilafah, the inheritance of the prophethood. And also the dream is showing that he is going to be a powerful man. So just to avoid the jealousy from these brothers, don't mention your dream to them." And then that's how Allah teach him the Tawil al-Hadith, so how to interpret the dreams upon him and upon Ali Yaqub. Kama atamma ala abika min qabla Ibrahim wa Ishaq. And then it was also before to his father Ibrahim and Ishaq, his grandparents, to Ishaq and Ibrahim. Allah also placed them with knowledge. Inna rabbaka alimun hakim. Surely your Lord is knowing, the most wise. And in the Prophet Yusuf story and his brothers, there are signs for those who are asking questions. And when they say, the brothers say, the 10 brothers, one brother is not the brother, he's a young one, he's a full brother. The other 10 brothers are the half brothers of Prophet Yusuf from Prophet Yaqub. And they are now jealously showing to themselves that our father is always looking after Yusuf and he is not giving us more love. So they started to get jealousy. It is also very good for the parents to always show the equal love to the children, so there will not be have a jealousy among the brothers, among the siblings. And they started to backbite the father in Nabana Lafitulali Mubin. Surely our father is in very clear misguidance. And now they are going to that far in jealousy. They started to make a conspiracy. Uktulu Yusuf. Let's kill Yusuf. Why? So we will get the attention of our father, and then he will not be going to. There's no Yusuf, so he's not going to be concentrated on Yusuf anymore. And then we will be successful after this. But one among that was a better one. His name was Labi, the brother. He said, don't kill Yusuf, but throw him in a well. Then some caravan will be passing there, then they will take him to other place far away. And now they go to the father, Kalu Yabana. Our father, let Yusuf to go with us so we can play in the desert and he can be happy with us, etc., etc. They are making some alibis and make some plans against him, these 10 brothers. And then the Prophet Yaqub said, the father, I fear that you might be unaware of him while playing, and then the wolf might eat him. And they are trying to show the loyalty, how the wolf can eat. We are going to be losers, that our brother will be eaten in front of us by the wolf. So they started to make some alibis to convince father to let Yusuf to go with them. Then finally they convinced, and then they brought him, and they throw him in a well. And that well in the desert was salt water. Nobody wants to stop there anymore because it's salt water. All the caravan knows it's a saltish water. Don't stop here, just go ahead. And they come home with the shirt of the Yusuf, and they just put the blood of the goat. They put the blood of the goat on the shirt of the Yusuf, and they started to make drama that Yusuf was eaten by the wolf. Believe in us, we are truthful. And they show the shirt of the Yusuf as evidence that it has a blood and he was eaten by the wolf. But Prophet Yaqub was a prophet of Allah. He is a very intelligent person. He said, "Qala bal sawad lakum anfusukum amra fasabrun jamil wallahu musta'anu ala ma tasifun." That he is going to sabr, a beautiful patience, and Allah is going to help him. And he also tell them that how is possible that wolf eaten to Yusuf, and he did not tear the shirt. The shirt is not teared. So they were already caught in their lie that it was not the Yusuf was eaten by the wolf, but they did something wrong with him, and they just put the false blood to show that he was eaten by the wolf. Then the Prophet Yaqub said to them, how this wolf, a beast, is going to eat the Yusuf, and he will just take care of the shirt, not to destroy the shirt. So it is a lie which you made it. And then there was a caravan was forced by Allah to pass that way, and they were thirsty, and they were forced to put some bucket inside, and they were able to bring out the Yusuf. And the brothers were just around there, and they deal with the people to get some money, some silver coins. They had said lie that he is their slave and they want to sell him. And Yusuf did not say anything because he thought that if he will go work with them home, they might kill him. So let's go with the caravan. So they brought the caravan in Egypt. They brought him in the market, the slave market, and they sold him. They sold him in the market. And who bought him? The person who bought him is the number 2 powerful person in Egypt, in Misr. The Aziz. Aziz means mighty person. The honorable person. Izzah. Aziz, the person with honor, the great honor. So he bought, because he has no son, he has no child, his wife cannot give birth, the Zulaykha. he bought the Yusuf and he brought it and presented it to Yusuf, to Zulaikha, that we can make him our son. And then he started to grow up and learning the language of the Egypt and become very intelligent person. But now he has started to have trials. The wife of the Aziz is like a prime minister in Egypt, next to the king, the one who controls all the country. When he started to grow big, Allah said that we give him the judgment and knowledge, the wisdom. وَكَذَلِكَ نَجْزِي الْمُحْسِنِينَ, how that we are giving the reward to the good doers. وَرَاوَدتُّهُ الَّتِي وَفِي بَيْتِهَا عَن نَفْسِهِ فَغَلَّقَتِ الْأَبْوَابَ وَقَالَ هَيْتَ لَكَ. And then this wife of the Aziz, she started to seduce him and try to attract him to do evil with him, to commit the illegal affair with him. And she said, come to me. And then she closed all the doors. And he said, Ma'azallah, may Allah protect me. And then he said, how I can do it? Is my boss, he said his boss is a good person. How he can be unloyal to him? How he can do this against his loyalty to, and then it's also sin to do this because she is the wife of someone. Innahu la yuflihu zalimun, surely Allah is not guiding those who are unjust people. And she approached to him and he was approached to her. But Allah showed him his Lord showed him some signs and to guide him that it's evil to stop it, because Shaitan always tried to misguide even to the prophets. So he did not, he forced himself to, against his soul, against his nafs, against his evil desire, and he did not commit that sin. And then he ran away. Inna min ibadina al-mukhlisin, he was our sincere slave, among the sincere slave. And they ran away towards the door to avoid from this adultery or sin, the fornication, invited by the wife of the Aziz. He ran towards because angel told him that Allah commands you to run towards the door. Then he ran towards the door and she chased him. She ran also, and then she was able to tear his shirt at the back. And when there are 7 doors which he runs, and she followed him with the 7 doors of the palace until they reached to the last door. When opened, the Aziz was there. And the wife started to accuse Yusuf for have a bad intention. He said, what should be the punishment of a person who is have a bad intention to his family? And now the Yusuf has nobody to witness against him, for him, against the women who are making a false story and accusing him, slandering him. Then there was a child, a baby child, infant, to whom Allah gave the words to speak. And that small child who was a few months old, he said, if the shirt is teared from the front, then Yusuf is a liar. But if the shirt is teared from the back, it means he is a truthful because he was running out. But if he was approaching her, then the shirt should be teared from the front. So that was a very logical judgment. When the Aziz checked the shirt of the Yusuf, it was teared from the back, it means he was running outside and she was chasing him. So he was proven to be innocent. And then he saying, Nakaida kunna azim, that is her plan, it is her evil plan against him. And he say, Yusuf aridan hada wastaghfir dhanbik. Yusuf ignored this and he makes sorry. The Aziz was a person who makes sorry to Yusuf for his sin to accuse him. And she accused him also. In kunta min al-khadin. And then now the other women, they started to chismis or backbiting about the wife of Aziz, and she gathered all the women and she kept the knives, and then she let Yusuf to appear, and then they were like bitches. They started to look at Yusuf and attracted themselves. So that is a bad woman who always look at the man. The good women, they don't look at the man at all. And the good men, they don't look at the women also. That is how the decent life or conservative life we have in Islam. Man doesn't look the woman and woman doesn't look to the men. So those women were looking with lust to Yusuf, and they were able to cut their hands mistakenly, and they started to say, Kulna hasha lillah, Mahada basharun hada illa malakun karim. It is not a human being. He might be a general, honorable angel. Because he was good looking, because Allah made Yusuf is a good looking person. But those women are lustful women, evil women. Even they were all married women, but they were looking at the Yusuf with lust. And then the Yusuf was very tired with their attitude, so he said, it's better, I might be involved in sin, it's better I can be put in the jail. And also the Aziz, he planned there because there was too much talking in the people, so he decided to put him in jail. So even though he was innocent, but he was put in the jail for a long period of time. But when he was in a jail, there was a two-person came. The two-person, this poor person were attempted to murder to the king in Egypt, the king of Egypt. And they were injured because they were attempted to murder the king. And now they saw a dream. Both of them were saw the dream. The one accused, because they are two persons. The one was, they both were accused, but one was who attempted to murder, other one was not. And the king wanted to make a judgment between them. So they saw the dream in the jail, and they asked Yusuf to tell us the interpretation of this dream. What is the dream? The one person dreamed that he is squeezing the grapes and making a juice. Another person, he saw the dream that on his head there are bread, and the birds are eating from that bread, those breads. The birds are eating from those breads. And Yusuf said, they say, Nabbana bita'awili, tell us the interpretation of these two dreams. Inna naraka minal muslimin, surely we see you are a good person. You are among the good person. And then he said, Qala yatikum ma tu'amu razaqnahu illa nabatukum wa bita'awilihi. He said, before the food which we are going to eat is coming, I will tell you the interpretation of these dreams. And it is because my Lord teach me. I left the people who are not believers in Allah, and they are not believing in the hereafter. And I follow the religion of my father Ibrahim and Isaac and Yaqub, because he is son of Yaqub, and then Yaqub is son of Isaac, and Isaac is son of Ibrahim. So this is for fathers, father, grandfather, and great-grandfather. ما كان لنا أن نشرك بالله من شيء ذلك من فضل الله علينا وعلى الناس ولكن أكثر الناس لا يشكرون. So he said they were not among the mushrikin. We are not making shirk with Allah, and those his grandparents, they are not making the shirk with Allah, and it is the placing of Allah upon them and upon the people. But most of the people, they are not thanking to Allah. And he said, oh people, oh my companion of the jail, is it better to have many lords, or is better only one Lord, Allah? Why dil khar? And the idols you are worshipping, it is the names which you are making and your forefathers will make, for which Allah did not make any evidence. In hukmu illa lillah, surely the command is for Allah, none but for Allah, and the command of Allah to worship Him alone. Zalika dinul qayyam, that is the straight way, the religion. Walakin akthar an-nasi la ya'lamun, and most of the men, they know not. Oh, my companion of the jail, the one who is squeezing the grapes to get the drink, he will be saved. He will be saved from the punishment. He will not be killed. And he will go back to his duty to give the drink to the king. And the other one who saw the dream that the bread on his, the khubuz, the bread in his head, and the birds are eating from the bread, he said he is going to be death penalty, yuslu, crucified. He is going to be crucified. They will cut his leg to bleed out, and he will be hung for a long period of time until the birds, they will come and eat his brain. They will eat his brain. They will eat from his head until they will hold the head and they will eat his brain. So the one who was going to be freed according to their dream, he was happy. And the other one, He became very sad that he's going to be have a death penalty according to his own dream. And he cannot deny it anymore because he saw the dream and that there is an interpretation of the dream, and that interpretation cannot be wrong. Why? Because it is made by the Prophet of Allah. So this is with tribulation. So the one who was freed, he was supposed to, the Prophet Yusuf said, when you go back to the king, you talk to him about me. But he forgot. He forgot for a long period of time. Until the time the king saw the dream that 7 cows are eating another 7 cow. Yakulani sab'a bakarati simani yakulani sab'uni jaf. The 7 cows are eating the another 7 cows, and 7 grains of the dry and 7 grains of the 7 plants of the grain, the edible grain, and the 7 was dry, which has no grain. And then he asked to his chiefs to tell me the dream, the interpretation. And they say it are the very disturbing dreams, and we don't know this interpretation. And the one who was saved from the death penalty, who returned to the king to give the drink from the grapes, he said, I know some person who can tell the dream interpretation. So the king sent him to the jail, and then he said, Yusuf, are you Siddiq? Yusuf, you are the truthful person. Tell that the 7 cows are eating another 7 cows, and the 7 plants of green, and the 7 plants of dry. And then the Prophet Yusuf was known this interpretation from Allah. He said, the 7 cows means the 7 years of abundance with lots of food will be growing, and another 7 years will be the dry, no rain and no crops, no agriculture. Now, what is the interpretation here? The 7 years has too much production coming, the agriculture, and another 7 years will be famine. These 7 years you need to keep the crops, like rice or like wheat, whatever the crops was that time. Maybe it was probably the wheat, the harina, which is made flour. So he said that you have a 7 years of abundance, and the next 7 years you have no more products. And then after that the rain will come. So that is very difficult situation is going to be the 7 years. You have a lots of production. So what you do now? Another 7 years you have no food at all. So people will die. So he said this one, and then they asked him what is the solution. Then he said that the solution that to keep the grains in the plants and keep them in the warehouses for another 7 years. And then eat only little for 7 years. And then these plants with the crops will be keep for another 7 years. The plants will be good for the animals, and the grains will be good for the human beings. And he said he know how to handle this situation. So the king wanted to bring out. They said, no, I want to clear my name because I was innocent, but I was in the jail. So all the women were gathered. The wife of Aziz was gathered, and they all witnessed that he was innocent. He never did anything wrong, and he was innocently to be put in the jail. So he was out with honor because he did not want to out as a criminal. He wanted to be out as a innocent. So he demanded the king to clear his name and to bring him out. And then the king asked him, we want to give you the honor that you can handle the situation. And then Allah commanded him to take the Ministry of Finance or the agriculture to take care of all the treasures of the earth. He said, Kala ja'alni ala khazain al-ard. Appoint me on the treasures of the earth. That is going to handle the money, the wheat, the agriculture, everything. All the money matters he can handle it. Inni hafizun alim. Surely I am a person who can protect, and I am knowledgeable. That is how we make him powerful in the land. And nasibum birahmati man nasha wallahu wala nudi'u ajrul muhsinin. That's how Allah make the rahmah upon him to give him a great honor in the land. And it is a ajr in the akhirah will be better. Those who believe and those who fearing Allah. And now the brothers of Yusuf also came to Egypt now, because even when their land become that hardship, because the 7 years Yusuf, he keep lots of wheat, and then now he can provide all the people of the Egypt with the wheat, and even the neighbor countries, they also coming to Egypt now. So the brothers coming from the Palestine, which is far away, they travel, the 10 brothers, and now they are looking for the wheat in Egypt. And Yusuf was already big man. Now they don't recognize him anymore, because before he was a child. But Yusuf recognized them, that these are the 10 brothers who thrown him in the well, and now they are coming here looking for the wheat from him. So he gave them the wheat, and then he demanded that if next time you come, you can bring your other brother with you, or else you'll not get any more the food here. So they go back, and then they insist the father to send the Binyamin with them, and the father afraid that they might did same thing with him, but finally agreed to send. And now what the Yusuf did, he get the bowl, the glass, golden glass of the king, and he put in the wheat or the sacks of the Binyamin. And when they were going back to Palestine, to Bani Canaan, he announced it that the path of the glass of the king is lost. And they finally found in the luggage of the Binyamin. And now, according to the law, he should be kept in Egypt and he cannot go back. And why he did that? Because he think that they might also kill him on the way. They might try to kill him, or they might throw him in somewhere. So it's better I keep my brother with me, because he's a full brother of him. The other 10 half brothers, the other 10 were half brothers, and they were jealous. All the brothers, sisters, even half brothers, full brothers, they should love each other and not to jealous each other, because this life is temporary, and we need to learn to love each other. But these 10 brothers were very jealous, and they tried to kill Yusuf, and now they might try to kill Binyamin. So Yusuf make this technique, this plan to save his brother and to keep with him. And they went back, and they said to father that their brother was stealing and he was caught. And then finally the Prophet Yaqub, he wrote the letter, and he tell them, go back and inshallah you will get Yusuf and his brother. And then when they go back, and then the letter was scary for Yusuf about the fear of Allah. And then now he exposed himself that I am Yusuf, and that's my brother Binyamin, and you are my brothers. And then he forgave them all. He has a power, because by that time he was already the Aziz, because Aziz was died, who was like a prime minister, the strong man, and he became the Aziz emissary. He was very powerful. And then he can even put them in jail, he can even put them death penalty, anything he can do. But he did not do anything, rather he forgive them. And then he said, and then he said to go back to the father, and he gave his shirt to put on his eyes, and by the will of Allah he will start to see, because of the crying for many years, the Prophet Yaqub was already blind. So then miracle happened that the shirt of Yusuf was put on his face, and then he was seeing. So Yusuf said to them, قالوا أَيْنَّكَ أَلَّا أَنْتَ Yusuf? The brother said, are you the Yusuf? He said, قال أنا يوسف وهذا أخي. Yes, I am the Yusuf, and that's my brother, and that is how Allah honor with me upon us. إِنَّهُ يَتَّقِي وَيَصْبِرْ. Surely who fear Allah and make patient, then Allah will not destroy the reward of the good doers. So 2 things here. If you want to make a good relation with Allah, then fear of Allah is very important. And if you want to make a good relation with humans, all the human beings, all the relatives, all the people you know, then you need to have a sabr. Because all the time the fight happen because one person will not make sabr. Both person will not make patient. If one person will make patient, it will be always be, there will be no fight. And he said to them, قال لا تسريب عليكم اليوم يغفر الله لكم وهو أرحم الراحمين. Today, he said, today you have no blame upon you. Allah forgive you. May Allah forgive you. He is the Arhamar Rahimin. He is the most merciful of all those who mercy. Izabu bi Kamisi, bring my shirt and put on the face of our father, and he will be seen. He will start to see. And when the caravan was going back, then the Prophet Yusuf started to say, I can smell, I can feel the scent of Yusuf that is coming. And he was right, because the shirt was Yusuf was coming, and because every person has a scent. Every person has the smell, which is identity of a person. And there are 8 billion people, and they all have their own smell, which is Allah created for every human being. Animals can even detect a person, like if earthquake and some building fell down, the animals can recognize the smell of a person and to reach that person. And then he told them to bring the parents and all of them, all their families, their wives and children, all come to Egypt, and he want to settle them in Egypt. That's how the Bani Israel arrived to Egypt. But after how many years, hundreds of years, the Pharaoh started to rule the Egypt, and they enslaved the Bani Israel, and then the Musa alayhi salam were Allah sent to free the Bani Israel from that. So Yusuf bring the family there, and then he was the Aziz Misr, and then he put up his parents on the throne, and they all fall down to Allah for the success of the Yusuf. They all fall down for his success to sajda, the patira power, the prostration. He said, oh my father, that is the interpretation of the dream which I saw before. My Lord made it true. And then he started to talk about all the blessings of Allah. And my Lord gave me that mulk, the kingdom, and he teach me how to interpret the dreams. So he became the ruler of the Egypt. He became the powerful man in Egypt. And then he said, Tawaffani Muslim wa alhiqni bis-salihin, and let us die as a Muslim, those who submit to the command of Allah, and join us to those who are righteous. ذلك من أنباء الغيب نوحي إليك وما كنت لديهم إذ جميع أمرهم هم يمكرون. Then it is the knowledge of the unseen which we are revealed to you, to Prophet Muhammad. And this one ayat I will just mention, and then we are about to finish. قل هذه سبيلي أدعو إلى الله على بصيرة أنا ومن اتبعني وسبحان الله عما وما أنا من المشركين. Say, that is my way, that I invite people to Allah upon the knowledge, upon the hikmah, the basira, ana, me, and whoever follow me. So Prophet Muhammad's way is to invite people to Allah. He is inviting, and whoever follow him, it is all our duty to invite people to Islam, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa subhanallahi wa ma ana min al-mushrikeen, and Allah is free from all error, and I am not among those who are idol worshippers. And then the last verse, لَقَدْ كَانَ فِي قِصَّصِهِمْ عِبْرَةٌ لِأُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ, and in that story there is a lesson for those who are mindful. مَا كَانَ حَدِيثٍ يُفْتَرَى وَلَكِنْ تَصْدِيقَ الَّذِي بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ وَتَفْصِيلَ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةٌ لِقَوْمٍ يُؤْمِنُونَ. And every detail in this book, and the guidance and the mercy for the people who believe. So Quran is the guidance. Quran is the mercy for people who believe. May Allah guide us. Ameen. Alhamdulillah bil alameen. Now we have one person here. His name is Mokizuki Jonzel. Is there any requirement on becoming a Muslim? Yes, you requirement to become Muslim, to testify there is no God except only one God, Allah, and to testify that Muhammad is the last messenger of Allah, and to believe in all the prophets of Allah, including Jesus Christ, who is a prophet of Allah, not son of God, not God, but the prophet of God. And to believe in all the prophets like Moses, Abraham, Noah, and the first prophet was Adam. And the beliefs in the angels of Allah, and the beliefs in the hereafter, the next life, believe in all the revelation of the from God. The last revelation is the Quran. And believe in the next life, the day of judgment, and believe in hellfire and paradise, and to pray 5 times a day. Fast in month of Ramadan. If you are rich, you help to the poor with your wealth. And if you are capable, then you go to the house of worship in Makkah, which is built by Prophet Abraham 5,000 years ago. And then speak the truth. Don't lie. Honor your words. Don't break your words. Be justice and not to be injustice. Be honest and not to deceive. Be kind and generous and not to be unkind, not to be cruel. Don't backbite people. Don't hurt people. Don't insult people. Don't harm people. Always work for the peace and always work for the goodness of the human being and not to harm to any human being. So these are the things, are requirements to be a Muslim, to follow the commandments of Allah. Okay, the God Almighty Allah. Worship only one God. Obey the parents. Be kind with the parents. Be kind with wives, children, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunties, all relatives. Be kind with all human beings. Be kind with the neighbors. Don't do injustice, and always follow the right way and not to follow the way of shaitan. So if you want to testify, then you have to say this: I testify there is no God except Allah, and I testify that Muhammad is the last prophet and messenger of Allah, and I testify that Jesus, son of Mary, is prophet, son of Mary, prophet of God Almighty Allah. Or in Tagalog, ako ay sumasaksi, wala ibang Diyos na dapat sambahin, maliban kay Allah, at ako ay sumasaksi si Muhammad, alipin, huling propeta, sugo ng Allah, at ako ay sumasaksi si Jesus, anak ni Maria, alipin at propeta ng Allah. And then you have to testify it in Arabic, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh, wa ashhadu anna Isa ibn Maryam Abdullahi wa Nabiyo. So that's how you can, and you can also communicate with our people on this page, on this Facebook, to make your shahada. So that's all for now.